Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, that's Ben Olson. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We've got an email here from Joe.
Hi, Ben and Nathan. I've been studying for over 4 months. I'm PTing around 167 with normal variance around there. My diagnostic was 141-ish. At what point do I say this is the best I'm going to get and I'm done with the LSAT? What should my ceiling be? I plan on taking the April LSAT. Okay, congrats on going up 26 points. That's incredible.
What happens when you review your mistakes? I think people get so anchored onto the numbers that they just stop thinking about what they really should be thinking about, which is the individual questions that they're missing. Are you losing points on games? If so, that's a bummer because you can definitely be perfect on the games. I think you should... I don't think you should ever settle for a ceiling of less than perfect on the games.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also score perfectly on logical reasoning.
Yeah.
Many people do. And there's really no reason why you have to miss reading comprehension questions. If you're missing, if you're attempting reading comp questions and missing them, it's because you're picking answers that are just not justified by their facts. Like you're just picking speculative answers or answers that misstate the passage, just don't answer the question correctly. So I do think that detail orientation, if you just insist on reading carefully, I see no reason why you can't continue to bump that score up. I understand, though, that people feel that they have to move on with their lives at some point. I don't know. What do you want to say to Joe?
Well, I just want to say, hey, Joe, you've been studying for over 4 months. That's a decent amount of time. I think most people spend about 5 months or something with the demon. But there are people who have been with us for a year and a half. There are other people who spend less time than that. But my point is you seem willing and interested, or at least somewhat willing to do more. And 4 months for some people is just scratching the surface. Like, what if you did 6 months total? That's 2 more months. What could happen in that time? What if you went up 3 points? Now you're at 170.
Yeah. LSAT demon teacher Allah studied for the test for like years.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yep. No, I mean, Allah was an in-person student of mine in San Francisco.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. You probably mentioned that before. I forgot though. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then she was doing other stuff. And, it's not like she was studying full time, but no, I mean, she was on a journey. She did every test multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's and eventually scored her something in the 170s. And it's like, that's going to completely change her life. So I will say, Joe, that it's real competitive in that area. If you're talking about Harvard, Stanford, Yale, then you need every point you can possibly get.
Your comment about Allah reminded me of my student Bethany, who I tutored one-on-one long time ago. This is like when I first started teaching. And then as she went off and went to school and was doing stuff, and then every now and then, like it would be like 6 months later, she'd email me a very specific question about some LSAT question, and I would help her. And eventually she got a 171, but she was one of those people who I think started in the high 130s.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
I have immense respect. My respect for lawyers has only grown over the years because I've seen so many of them. It used to be outliers, like just a few, one or two, right? We've got like I remember student so-and-so, whatever. Yeah. But it's also true that we continue to accumulate example after example after example of people who do that.
Yeah.
And, like those are the people who really are born to be a lawyer. Like they're just never going to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what should my ceiling be? I don't know. How prepared do you want to be for the deposition that you're about to do?
Yep.
Are you the type of person who's going to be, I'm prepared. Good enough.
Yeah.
Or are you the type of person who's going to pull your hair out and stay up all night and just prep the living shit out of it, even though there's probably, you're probably going to get zero payback.
Yeah.
But it might be the case that you might get to ask one more insightful question that cracks open. Yeah. Like you get them to say the thing that you needed them to say because you were ultra prepared.
Yep.
Is that you? That's a lawyer. I mean, that's like at least the lawyer that I would hire. I mean, that's the lawyer who's going to win cases. If you're the lawyer who's going to like think about ceilings and think about, oh, well, that's good enough. I just don't, there's no good enough in lawyer world, in my experience.
Anything else for Joe?
Well, maybe just why are you planning on taking the April LSAT? I guess maybe the registration deadline already came and you had to sign up for it. And if that's the case, you have improved your diagnostic already by 26 points. So like you've made pretty damn good progress. And 167 might be enough to get you into that might get you your scholarship at the schools you want to go to. So I guess I'm okay with you taking the April LSAT. But as far as your ceiling is concerned, I don't know. I would just keep prepping. And if you can get your practice tests to 169 or 171 or whatever, then that's better, right?
Yeah.
Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.